What's going on, guys? Justin Melson. I create all the content on the Happy Fox Productions YouTube channel, and today I'm going to be doing a vlog, which I always do, but I'm going to be doing more of a rough vlog on my film equipment because I get a lot of questions on what kind of camera do I use, which I feel is really obvious if you watch the channel. What kind of mic do I use and things like that. And I just decided why not do a vlog, and this is going to be really rough. I'm just going to go over all my equipment, and I realized I'm filming this vertical. I'm sorry about that. I should have known. I should have known. But yeah, so I'm going to be doing a vlog. I'm just going to go over all my equipment, answer questions. But before I do, I'm just going to point out this is in no way trying to show off or showcase any of my equipment. Obviously, film gear is expensive. Everyone expects that. So, okay, so let me show you guys the gear. All right, guys, so this is everything. So this is all of my gear that I use for filmmaking. As you can see, we have all the essentials. We have a bag, tripods and things, all the way down to the necessities like Adele and Katy Perry. We have everything in between, and I'm just gonna go over from right to left on the gear and why I use it and why I purchased it and how it affects my productions. So here we go. So that right there is an in-case bag. It's like $130, I believe. And this is like the best investment you could ever buy, because and that's over lenses and so many things. That bag, I've had it for a couple, maybe 2 months. That is the best bag I've ever bought. It has so many pockets, and I'm still finding even more pockets, and it's been months. And it's so durable. I can fit most of my stuff in there. And it's only a little over $100. And if you do professional event work, I do a lot of event work and just corporate work and just a lot of events in general. And you could fit so much in this bag. Like I could just pick it up right now with my hand. So I definitely recommend that. All the links to this stuff will be in the description too. But that is my main camera bag. Highly recommend it. 10 out of 10. Maybe 9 out of 10, because right when I got it, like my little thing broke. It was that broke like the first day. So I'll give it a 9.98 out of 10. And that's already pushing it. It should be a 10. Next up is my old tripod. This guy is from Ravelli or something. It's broken. Quick release doesn't work. The legs are kind of broken. I've had this for about 3 to 4 years. In fact, I actually, because of this tripod, I dropped my Blackmagic. And that really sucks because now there's a dent in it. And if I ever want to sell it, I have to sell it way below value because there's a dent, all because of this guy. F you, man. All right, so this is, cheap 200, 250 tripod. Holds a lot of weight. It's extremely heavy. Ergonomics aren't that great. I bought it when I was a junior in high school when I first started making my own money, and to be completely honest with you, it looked cool. I was like, wow, this tripod has a bunch of silver rails and it's heavy, so I bet if I show up on set, I'll look cool. Because honestly, when I was a junior, that's the kind of mindset I had. So I bought it, and now it served me well, but it's honestly not that great anymore. Next up is a mic stand. Nothing much to say about it. I've used this thing a lot, hence the gaff tape. Not much to say. It's a good stand. I got it from Guitar Center. Holds my microphone. Next up is, I guess I'll start with this. This is an old fluid head, and this guy's broken too. I bought this along with that tripod. It was $4,500, I think. I don't remember the brand, ePhoto or something, but it is it's good for the first couple months. I'll just say that, and then it gets really bad. Most of my dolly shots are filmed with this, and I usually have to use warp stabilization because the head is really, really bad. But for beginners, if you're doing, using a T2i or any kind of DSLR, that works good for about a couple months. But after a while, you'd want to advance, and that leads me to this. This is my Canova K2 slider, 100 centimeters with a Manfrotto 502 head on it. I actually just got this a couple days ago, so it's basically brand new. I haven't even used it on a production yet, but simple. It's a 100 centimeter slider, and yeah, it's really good. It does what it's supposed to. It slides, it doesn't glide, but it does slide, and that's what matters. It's really good and really durable. Next up is this guy. This is a Manfrotto tripod. I bought separate legs and a separate head. It's a 504 head with 535 legs, carbon fiber legs. All in all, retail for about $1,300, I believe. And it's really good. It holds good weight. Right, for me, I do a mix of filmmaking and event work. My day job is events and just filming anything, which is good because I'm a one-man band most of the time, so that's good with me. And for filmmaking, it's really good because it's light and almost anyone can set it up. Sometimes if you have something bigger, if you have like a I don't know, a bigger brand tripod or an O'Connor tripod or something, it's kind of intimidating, but it's not too intimidating. It's actually really good. Next up is a green screen from tubetape.com. I think that goes for about $150 also. It's reversible, green screen, blue screen. And under that is my Rode boom pole. I mean, not much to say about that. It's a boom pole, it's really good. For the most part, I had to return it. The little knobs on it, the friction knobs that extend it and unextend it are really kind of cheaply made. But Rode is awesome. They have great customer service, so they're always like giving me new ones because they're always breaking. So that's awesome. Even though it's only broke once. I'm making it seem like it broke a bunch. It only broke once, but it broke like within the first week. Reflector, obviously, is a reflector. I don't use this as much as I'd like because again, I'm a one-man band, so I'm usually doing the camera and other things, and I don't have assistants to bounce light. But when I do, it's amazing. Next is the blimp, and there's a dead cat inside. Not a legit dead cat like this guy. An actual, fluffy fur that you put over it. Covers the audio really well. The only downside is it makes your audio really that's not even a way to describe it. Your audio sounds like it's inside of a balloon, and you have to do a lot of EQing to get rid of that. Next up is gaff tape. I don't need to explain that. We all know how important that is. Grip gloves, we all know how important those are when you're dealing with hot lights, tungsten lights. Any kind of lights, HMIs, Kinos, anything, you want grip gloves. Anything that requires grip. XLR cable, you always need a lot of those because if one stops working on an event, that's not good. That's why you have an extra. And then if for some reason the sound guy at your event is like, yo bro, I don't have XLRs, but I got TRS jacks. You're like, oh, well, I got that. But let's say you're at an event and the audio guy's like, yeah, I only have XLR. Then you're like, okay, well, I only have this cable, but now I got an adapter. So you can just easily, just put that in there and boom. And that is how you explain to your kids how babies are made. You just, it's simple. No, I'm just kidding. Anyways, so we went over all of that. In terms of cameras, I have my T2i, which still serves me well. I don't use it too much, but it still serves me well. I do a lot of photography also. Not that much, but surprisingly, I get photography jobs. I don't even know how, but I do. And I have my GoPro Hero 4 Black with 3 extra batteries. Not much to say about that. A lot of people know about GoPros. I use it for a lot of tennis work because I do a lot of tennis a lot of the time for my professional filming jobs. And I can mount it on fences. I could do anything. And it'll get a wide scope of view, which is good for tennis courts. The only thing is in Vegas, when it gets 110 degrees in the summer, the GoPro overheats in a matter of minutes, which is really terrible because a client will look at me like, why didn't you get all the footage? And I'm like, well, my camera overheated. And they're going to be like, all right, well, are you still going to charge us for this? And then I'm like, well, I mean, I don't know because it's my camera, but it's not me. But that's the only thing that's bad with GoPros is they overheat pretty quickly. But I can understand because that's electronics and this is Vegas and it's a desert. Next up is my battery for the Blackmagic Cinema camera. It gives it an additional 5 hours of runtime. My actual camera itself. I have an entire video, multiple videos on this camera, so I won't even go into that. 2.5K RAW, 1080p, ProRes, DNx HD, all that goodness, 13 stops, terrible low light, but it's okay. And it's awesome. And this is just where I keep all my ND filters, anamorphic filters, all of that kind of good stuff. Just keep that all in this pouch. Next up are lenses. This is my 70-200 2.8 IS-L lens from Canon. It's great, it's IS, it's super sharp. The IS saves your butt in low light. The 70-200 is amazing, especially with the Blackmagic crop sensor. You get like, I didn't even do the math, but you get a really good zoom. On a full frame, you're getting 200 millimeters. On here, you get like, I'm sure 300 or more, maybe. I'm not even sure. Up next is my Sigma 18-35 1.8. This is amazing because it's 18, 1.8, 35, 1.8, all the way through the range. There's no IS, but that's okay. The autofocus isn't great, but it's still good. I love this lens. This goes for 800. This goes for 2,000. And this here is my kit lens, the 18-55, 3.5 to 5.6. I have been using this for most of my filming career. Just basically what I've been using from anything. If you guys follow my channel, all my clone videos to sharp fires to a lot of the last hotspot was filmed with this kit. Most of my films are filmed with this kit. And then we all know this, the Nifty 50 Plastic Fantastic 1.8 50mm lens. This goes for 100 and it's amazing. There's no autofocus. I mean, the autofocus is pretty bad, but it's there. There's no IS. So 100, 150, 800, 2,000, and then the filters all range prices. But the image quality you get from all these lenses is amazing. So it's definitely nothing to overlook. Next up, we have Katy Perry and Adele. These are essential if you want to stay calm during stressful shoots. If you have a 20-minute break, just pop in one of their CDs. Adele will soothe you. Katy Perry will just, get you upbeat. And, they're just amazing artists. You need those. A gun for, protecting your equipment. We all know how that goes. No, I'm just kidding. This is actually a prop. It doesn't, But, if you want a gun, feel free. Take one. I mean, if you roll like that, if you need a gun to protect all this. Next up is Slate, typically for the second AC. Normally on my sets we don't have a second AC, which on my next shoot that's going to change. We're going to have a bigger crew definitely, but on all my previous shoots we never really had second ACs. In fact, this hasn't even been used that much because we always hand slate it. We just clap because no one really has time to slate. Next up we have the talent release form. Self-explanatory. Whenever you film anyone, artists, chefs, anyone in the professional field, you want their permission and you want it on a paper. So that's what. The Zoom H4n provides 48-volt phantom power, so that suits me well. And am I missing anything, or is that might be everything, guys? Oh, my Rode SmartLav, which I'm using at this moment. Sony headphones. My, what is that called? My shock mount for my boom pole, and I think that just covers everything. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this answers any questions for what gear I use, how I use it, why I got it. And again, everyone's different. Most of you guys might not even need all this stuff. I just do it because, I'm collecting gear. I'm gonna be doing this the rest of my life. Hopefully not event videography, hopefully more on the directing film side, but either way, I know I'm gonna be doing video and film stuff the rest of my life. So all this stuff is a lifelong investment and everyone's different. And again, to answer that question, how I afford all this is simply, none of this stuff is given to me. It's just, I just work a lot for it. Work multiple jobs, work as much as you can, and write lists, set out what you want, make goals, and you will find a way to afford all this stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching, and thank you for watching the channel. We will have more videos out soon, and we also will have a big short film coming out in the near future. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys next time.